A major storm is brewing on Broadway just days before the Tony Awards. Over 500 performers and theater professionals, including Tony winners and stage legends, have signed an open letter calling on the Tony Awards producers to disinvite the Patti LuPone from this year's ceremony. Why? It all started with an interview LuPone gave to The New Yorker, published on May 26th. In it, the theater icon opened up about a backstage conflict that occurred while she was performing in The Roommate, which shared a wall with Alicia Keys' hit musical Hell's Kitchen. LuPone complained to the Schubert organization about the volume coming from the neighboring theater. While she did send flowers when the noise was lowered, her actions sparked backlash, particularly from Hell's Kitchen star Keisha Lewis, who publicly called LuPone's behavior bullying and racially microaggressive. Broadway queen Audra McDonald showed quiet support by liking Lewis's post. When asked about this in her interview, LuPone's response was both blunt and shocking. She called Lewis a bitch and questioned whether she was even a Broadway veteran. Despite Lewis winning a Tony this year, she also dismissed McDonald as not a friend and shaded her performance in Gypsy, a role both women have famously played. That interview lit a fire in the Broadway community. The open letter now circulating states that LuPone's remarks are degrading and misogynistic and a blatant act of racialized disrespect. The letter goes further, saying this behavior constitutes bullying and harassment, reflecting the kinds of microaggressions theater professionals of color have endured for too long. Among the signatories are Tony winners like James Monroe Iglehart, J. Harrison Ghee, and Malaya Joy Moon, as well as respected artists like Ephraim Sykes, Wendell Pierce, and Jaquel Spivey. Even Courtney Love added her voice. The letter also defends Audra McDonald, calling her a woman who has contributed to this art form with excellence, leadership, and grace, and notes that discrediting her is not just personal. It's an attack on the core values of collaboration, equity, and respect that Broadway claims to stand for. And the bigger question looms: will Broadway finally hold its legends accountable? The letter compares the industry to others, noting that when misconduct happens in the NFL or at the Oscars, swift action follows. So why not Broadway? The Tony Awards will air June 8th, and the world will be watching. Subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Broadway and beyond.